My name is Didier Konings. I'm a director and concept artist. I work mainly in the film industry in Los Angeles. Possibly you could know me from big blockbuster movies. I did design work for productions like Rampage, The Conjuring 2, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Stranger Things. Yeah, many films and TV shows. It's always a team effort that is needed to make these things alive and to bring it all to the screen. Ontario, which is my passion project that I started in 2017, and I just felt like maybe like many other artists, at one point you want to express yourself and you have an idea and you want to just make it happen in your own time. I really believed that we could finish it up, even though it was very challenging. It was a journey, a big learning curve to make your own film, and it has always been my passion to tell my own stories. In 2012 or 13 was the first time I came to playgrounds. Yet I was just overloaded by inspiration, and it was very cool to discover who's out there and to see their work and to see their craft. It's the size, the people, and that it's in my home country. It just makes it very inspiring and special for me. And the lighting and the crew, everyone behind the scenes is very calm. It's all under control. So it's very cool to now walking in, seeing it from the other side, because I used to be the audience here. I live together with two friends of mine who are also filmmakers. We were we are gonna try to make a quarantine film. We did a little short film that was basically a love letter to old Spielberg kind of films, because I was rewatching a lot of those films that made me fall in love again. We should try and, as an exercise, see if we can create an 80s horror science fiction alien abduction movie. And of course, you cannot go and shop for props. Yeah, I think what do we have, and use our limitations to our advantage. One of the props that we made was this alien probe, and I scattered a party plate, plastic, transparent, into pieces, and I glued it back together, and then with foam from an exercise mat, it became this alien prop that we scanned in with photogrammetry, and then we made visual effects from it. So to do it all by your hands and just with the four of us, it also made it a lot of fun. Yeah. I basically started my own company right when the pandemic started. It was a very uncertain time, but I also gotta say immediately that there was a lot of new opportunities, like working remote and working for companies that would normally only have you work in a vault. Yeah, you could work on Marvel films, for example, from your home, and I think that has changed for the better. I feel very lucky that I ended up in that position. Well, I don't know if that's the official term or anything, but it basically boils down to that you have to go in through security and many doors, leave your phone. These films are very sensitive, so they take all the precautions for artists to work on it, come in a studio and go out. With zero of the material, of course. Oh no, it doesn't go as far as that, but maybe it could be what's cool to work on bigger films. Yeah, you come across the artists that are all making it happen. It's more stressful with bigger productions, but it's also you try to make it as fun as you can, of course. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool question. Children's books, I would say. Wow. So I remember when I read children's books that I was read, my mom read it for me, but going through it, I was able to memorize what the cover was and what was in there. So I was mostly busy with the pictures, and they really spoke to me in those books. I think from a very young age, I shifted to watching films that I was not supposed to watch. And that was the most interesting for me, I guess. I remember I wasn't scared of a film at all. I think it was that film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was that Total Recall, and there was this moment where this character is revealing this belly creature. My mom was scared of this, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're not supposed to see this," and that made me scared. Otherwise, I would have just watched it. But you know, that tension that comes into the room made me scared of that film. The film Jurassic Park. My mom once again was asking, like, is he? I don't think he's supposed to watch this, because I was like 4 or 5 years old, but I was a dinosaur fan as a kid, so I was like, my grandpa was like, let him watch it, you know. And I saw that movie, and I was like, the dinosaurs becoming alive. To me, it was real. That made so much impact on me that I was like mesmerized with how they did that. It set me on this journey. Yeah. Well, sometimes I meet people at a bar or anything, and they ask me, "So, what do you do?" Whatever, you know. And a lot of people understand what storyboards are. It's not what I do, but I always say a script comes in and there's no visuals, like how this film is going to look like. That's what I do. Like, I sit down with a director, producer, a production designer, and we start to like draw what this world can be. So yeah, you can say like this. That's a cool way to look at it. You explore, but you also don't want to have sky's the limit. Like, you want to have boundaries. I think that's where good ideas come from. What works best to me, if there is like a strong vision behind the film, but that it's not too like that every single thing has been figured out. It's still cool to like be part of that exploration with a director and discover things and create that oxygen. And I think that's where the fire happens. Yeah. If it's result directing, like I want this and it should be scary and it should be that, it's too vague. So, but if it's a challenging kind of question, like I want you to scare me with this character, I want you to scare me with this world, and this is a place that would make you feel very uncomfortable. Now that sets you on this journey to now images are coming in my head. So to answer your question, like I would say, if a director or anyone else who gives you the assignment to design something can inspire you with images in your head. Like if you tell me a story and it generates images, that's good. Then it's up to me to use my skills to make what's in my head. I don't know, nature. We're doing, well, I would maybe find dinosaurs, like doing archaeology, being an Indiana Jones kind of a character that looks for dinosaur bones. That's my answer right there. Yeah.